man. Thank you, good sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, my good people. Live and direct. It's your boy, Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab, and we are live, 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 live. So tell me, how did I go live? Man, y'all have no idea how long it took for me to get all this shit going on tonight. I'm telling you, hey, man, I got a whole new respect for Brother Tommy, man, who do all this stuff on his own, because this is crazy. Man, I've been giving out wrenches. Y'all see them mods? My mods is up in here. I've been giving out wrenches and figuring that out, getting my text going on the screen. It's been a day, but I have learned quite a bit, and it's all good, people. It's all good. Yes, indeed. So, we're going to let a few more people filter on in, and then we're going to get it cracked in. Yes, indeed. So glad that y'all could come by on tonight and hang out with your boy for a few minutes. Yes, I'm hoping that we can get some good conversation going. And man, I just may even be able to pull off opening up some phone lines. I don't know if it's how it's gonna work out, but I think I can do it. I think I may have it, so we might be able to get it going. Indeed, indeed. So yes. So good to see you guys, man. We didn't get a chance to do the Guru and the Whore on tonight because my man Tommy is out and about with the family doing that daddy thing. So salute to him and shout out to that brother and his family. Hope they having a great time. Hope they doing their thing and making some good memories, which is always good, man. Not too many times where you get too many good moments in life. So when you get them and you got them opportunities, go ahead and grab them. Because you never know when this time or when there won't be a next time or when this time could be the last time. So definitely want to send a shout out to that brother. And then after I got one more mod I know I need to do. Let me see if I can remember how to do that. Ah, yes, that's it. Then I click on this guy, and then this. Yep. And of course, that name ain't coming up. Yep, of course. Man, Seafood Chi, I'm trying to make you a mod, man, but your name ain't coming up. I think you might have to comment on something, or I have to see if I can try to pull it in another way. But let's see if it'll let me do it this way. Not sure. Yep. Let's go back to that little guy, to the dashboard, and then hopefully I can go to the community thing. I know y'all probably saying a bunch of things in the chat, but I can't even see that right now. Hit that like button. There we go. I can look at it over here. My man, I appreciate you, brother. I'ma at least hit the like. Somebody else ain't gonna do it. Yeah, buddy. There we go. And let's see if that will do it now. Oops, still not letting me find you. Oh well, I'll just have to figure it out later. Alright. Yep. We'll get on that at another time. So let's go ahead and let's get it cracking, good people. So my sound is nice. Everything is looking good. Everything is everything. My stream is going. Got the chat going. My peoples is checking in. Yes, indeed. Man, so while we waiting on a few more people to come in, because we only been on here for like 10 minutes, we definitely got some time to wait for a few more of our brethren and sisters to jump on. Man, did y'all see that video about the with the mother that is whooping, or well, should I say whipping or beating the girl in the corner? Did y'all see that? Throw some ones up or something if you saw it, or some fives up. He said it keeps freezing up. Hold up, let me see here. I don't want that to be a problem. Let me close some of these windows and get this stream here in order. Do that. Let's do that. I don't want that to happen. Yeah. All right, is that better? Is it still freezing up, or is it good? Is it rolling now? What's up, Chris? All right, good. I'm hoping that it's not freezing no more. I'm hoping that we are rolling. Never mind that. Make sure I got all this other stuff closed out. Check my CPU usage here. I'm at 29 frames. It should be okay, hopefully. Yep. All right. That's going. That's good. We can take that out. Yes. Remove that. Hopefully that'll make it run a little smoother too. Good. Good on my end. Just a little delayed. Okay. Ooh, I can barely hear you though. So let me get a little volume. Definitely turn it up a little bit. Turn up. All right, let's see here. Keep that from popping. And then we go down here to the microphone thing, and turn that up. Is that a little bit better? Hope so. Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is that good? Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Let's see here. Get that going now. I don't want that to be a problem. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Is that good? A little. What about now? Is that better? When it cranked up that high there? Let me know what's going on. What's up, Evan? What's up, Chris Thorns? King Her, let me get some shout outs. Jason Griffin, my man Seafood Cheese, Augustus, Jason. What's going on, my good people? Yeah, buddy. Is that better with the mic? Terry on. Y'all let me know if my mic is right now. Is that good? Is that decent? Is that are we able to proceed? Y'all, my man. Okay, okay, okay. Good deal. But yeah, man, getting back to that video I saw today, man, it was it's not too often, man, that I see things that are just like really disturbing to me. I see a lot of bad stuff. I see things that are messed up and things that make you shake your head. But seeing that video today, man, of that girl getting beat in that corner, man, by her mama, and got some probably maybe another one of her kids filming it, man, and that thing being out on social media like that, man, that was really, really, really disturbing, man. That really sent me to a place where I actually was enraged today, and that's something that I hardly ever get to that point, man. to it. I get enraged. I was actually enraged at how that little girl got beat like that, man. That was beyond any type of spanking, discipline, whooping. That was just her mama just, man, went in on her and just literally just chimped out on her, man, and beat her like that. That was so disturbing, man, to see that, man. I didn't think that we were still doing that kind of stuff, but that was just, man. And then the fact that she even it's not so much of the fact that her filming it. I was more disturbed at how she was treating her own daughter. Right, like you say, Chi, that's slavery type of shit, man. It was yes, it was brutal. The way that she beat that little girl, man, that little girl was she had learned, the first couple of licks, she learned the lesson and she was broken. It was like she understood that she did something that was really wrong and how she messed up, but her mama just kept going in and was just talking about, I think she was like calling her bitches and stuff like that, man. That was tragic, man. It was tragic to see that and to see that somebody did that and did that to their own child, man. That's just beyond me, man. I'm a person who is definitely for corporal punishment. I'm definitely a person that says, hey, sometimes you have to, you teach a kid by, breaking that a kid that's doing bad behavior. Sometimes you have to break it with a spanking, whether it's a hand slap or a tap on the butt or something like that. But to just beat somebody over and over and over again, and they begging you to stop, they pleading for you to stop, and you still doing it while all the while you calling them bitches about, and this is all over you being blocked. Man, that is beyond me, man. There's no way. If I knew that person, I would go see that person. If I knew her, if she was a friend of a friend, if she was in my family, she would have to hear from me. That whole minding your own business thing, that's something, man. You got to draw a line with that one. That's crossing the line. Ain't no more mind your own business and just worry about you and do you and all. No, it's beyond that, man. When you acting like that and you doing a child like that, man, we as people, neighbors, cousins, aunties, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, grandfathers, great grandfathers, grandmothers, everybody needs to come in and needs to step in that type of situation, because that was something that was just it was cruelty. She had such a malice for her own daughter, such a hatred for her own daughter with the way that she beat her and was hitting. She was hitting her in her face, across her head, telling her to turn around, bitch, turn around, so that she could really just inflict just the most pain she possibly could. I mean, I remember getting a whooping with a belt and being able to use my hands just to help, block some of the belt. You know what I'm saying? To get some of the pain. She wanted her to turn around and be on some Denzel Washington and glory type of stuff and just hold your arms out and just take them licks while the single tear roll down your face because you stole some boots. That's how she was trying to beat her, man. And that was just, man, I swear, if that was somebody I knew, I would be going to see him. And I'm not talking about, I'd be talking about making a video about them or saying they did this or say they. I got to go see that person if I know that person. And if don't nobody go see her, because I don't even, and I don't care if she got beat like that. If she say, well, I got beat like that, that's why I beat her like that. At the end of the day, you knew that was wrong when it happened to you. And that's just something where you can't pass down no behavior like that. You need to know exactly what you did was just out and out wrong, no matter what you have been through. There's just some things that you just can't, you can't chalk up as a person being mentally ill or this person's they got real bad issues or real problems. You can't chalk that up. You know what I'm saying? Doing a kid like that, and that girl was like 12, 13 years old. What do you think she's going to be doing? She's trying to, become a woman. She's becoming a young lady. What do you think that little girl going to be doing in 5 to 10 years from now? You think she's going to really be productive? You think her odds or her chances of her being a productive citizen in this world is gonna happen for her? Do you really think that the odds are in her favor, I should say? No, because of what she's suffering through now, and it obviously was not the first time. That obviously wasn't the first time. This was time and time again of her getting disciplined like that, and that was just, man, that was slavery, plantation style. I didn't pick enough cotton for master today type of brutality, man. The way that she whipped that girl. And at the end of the day, that's somebody you can't reason with that person. You can't sit that woman down and make her understand the error of her ways. That's somebody that either needs to receive the same type of punishment she got that she gave that little girl or worse. Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. It was horrible. If that girl ain't ran over, like you said, a runaway. If that girl ain't ran away from home and ain't out on the streets in the next 2 years, it's a trick to it. It's a trick to it. What child would stay in a home like that where they being treated like that? There ain't a kid alive that would stay in a situation like that. You know? So it's like that girl is man. She is destined to not be productive because of that, because of the way that her mama is treating her. And I get the fact that her mama is trying to curb some behavior because I think she was trying to say in the video that she was twerking or something like that, or showing her butt or something on some Instagram picture or Facebook picture. She was showing her booty or her chest or something, and she may have been doing something inappropriate. I get that. The type of punishment that little girl received, that's not corrective behavior. That's just straight cruelty. That's straight up cruelty and abuse on the highest level. And the sad part is that you can get child protective services in on that, and they not gonna do nothing. They gonna tell that chick to take a class, take some parenting classes, and we gonna monitor the situation, and they gonna move on from there. And had that been a dude who did that to her, to that little girl, that dude would be under the jail right now. And I ain't seen nan video, nan news report, or nan story about that chick being locked up. And if she ain't locked up and getting no time, then it ain't no justice. Plain and simple. Ain't no justice at all. Excuse me. Yep. So yeah, that was pretty disturbing for my day today, man. I was really shocked at what I saw today. I was man, I was floored when I saw that. I could not believe that somebody would do that, let alone a mother do that to their child, man. It was so disturbing. There's no way a parent could ever deem that type of behavior is justified. No shape, form, or fashion. So let me give a few more shout outs here, and I'm gonna get into my thing. Let's see who else popped in here. What's going on, Carrie? Thanks for stopping by. Yes, indeed. That's what's up. Looks like we got a decent crowd up in here. I ain't got no hundreds or no thousands, but I got a few, and hey, I'm happy with that. Oh, you said what video? There's a video. It's out on Facebook. Carrie, it's a mother who is literally beating her daughter in a corner, and it's really horrific. It's really bad. It's really bad to see it. I I can't even like I wouldn't dare post it on my social media. I passed it to a couple of friends of mine, like on the instant messenger side of the game, but there was no way I could perpetuate that, like post that on my page. I just couldn't do it because it's so discouraging. It's so embarrassing to see that. So yeah, I definitely I just couldn't do it. So yeah, I hope you can maybe, I'm sure you'll be able to catch it on Facebook somewhere or catch it out there on the internet somewhere. So it's out there, believe me. Yeah, but it's bad. I think actually Chris got it on his Facebook. If you go to Chris Thorne's Facebook, he got it on there, and you can see it. So yeah, you can go ahead and check it out. Augustus, what's happening? Oh man, you know I had to make you a mod, man. Yes sir, yes sir. Man, I swear y'all just don't know. It took me about 3 hours to get all this stuff together to get this thing going. What y'all see right now is definitely a labor. It was an ordeal for me to get here because I'm learning this stuff as I go along, man. And it's man, it's a lot to it, man. But hey, y'all learning it with me. Y'all watching me learning at least. But it's good. It's good, man. I'm happy that I'm able to get this far and get to another level, get to another stage. I'm actually now able to. I got the equipment and stuff now where I can do live one-on-ones I call them sit downs with people. So I've had a couple people who hit me up who wanted to do a session like that with me. So I'm gonna go back and start sifting through some of those emails, and I'll be sending out notifications, and we can be setting up times to where I can do those sit downs with those people live, and we can work through some things. I can give you some perspective on the situations that you're going through or what questions you may have, and we can do that. So that's exciting. I'm really excited for that because I've been wanting to do that for a while. I had a few people who hit me up about doing a one-on-one session like that. So we will definitely be seeing those in the future too. It's good, man. It's definitely good. I'm glad to see progress being made with just the stuff that I'm getting, the equipment that I'm getting, and just the stuff that I'm learning. I'm studying as much as I can to try to get my game up, get my game right, and it's a lot, man, but it's worth it. I love it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying the growth and just spending time with you guys, man. You have no idea what it's like to have a group of people that kind of share some of the same ideas that you share and agree with some of the things that you've always thought about, and a lot of people don't agree or can't really appreciate what it is that you have to give. It's really exciting for you guys to be able to be a part of that and to support me. So I appreciate it. So let's move right on in. And what I want to do is I want to talk about the topic today, and then pretty much what I'm going to do is go through my little part of it and what my thoughts are on it. And then if you guys want to, we can do some phone calls on it. I can even maybe do a possible hangout, a Google Hangout or something, or maybe Skype somebody in. I'm pretty sure I can do a Google Hangout. I haven't tried to Skype in yet, but we can even do that and just talk about some things and get it going, you know what I'm saying? So after I go through my little spiel or whatever the case may be, then we can move on to that part and hopefully get some questions if it's not too late. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So the topic for today is about breakups. Breakups. So when people are talking about breaking up, you got relationships that are ending on a day-to-day basis, whether it's one of your closest or dearest friends, or whether it's Rob Kardashian and Black China with that saga that they got going on. So, and then I just found out, I think today it was Tiger, or not today, but recently, Tiger and Kylie Jenner, they done broke up. Everybody's breaking up. You know what I'm saying? So basically what I wanted to talk about was just breaking up and what that process looks like. What's the right way to break up? When should you break up? When is it like over? And just talking about some of those things, how we can discuss best places to break up. When is a good time to break up? What's a wrong way to break up? And how long should it take to break up? Some people have been breaking up for 10 years. They still talking about we ain't together, but they living in the same house, still sleeping in the same bed, even doing that do here once in a while. So with that being said, those are some of the things that I just wanted to go over and just see, what your thoughts are on it. Like I said, you can post some stuff up in the chat. You can even, like I said, after I get through doing my thing, if you guys want to do some phone calls, we can do that as well. So let's see what happens and let's see where it goes. So basically my thing is, when it comes to just breaking up, is breaking up really a hard thing to do? I guess I would have to say yes. Breaking up is a hard thing to do when you actually are in love with somebody, when you have feelings for somebody, because it's basically a friendship or a relationship, I should say, that you have established with somebody that is getting ready to change. The parameters of it are getting ready to change, or it's getting ready to end or cease and desist altogether. Sometimes you can break up with people and you guys can still be friends. Sometimes you can say, well, you know what? It's just not working. We just need to maybe transition into something else. We may need to just do something different. And then other times it's like, I hate you, you low down rotten motherfucker. Don't you ever call me no more. Don't you ever come see me no more. I hate you. Sometimes it's like that. So it's like, it's a lot of different dynamics to breaking up. So that's why I say it's hard, because it's never just one clear-cut thing and say, okay, today is the last day that we're going to be together. I'm not going to call you anymore. You're not going to call me anymore. and we're just not going to be together on that level that we've been, and you have a nice life. It never ends like that. So it's always something to where, and most of the time too, when people do break up, it's usually something where it's not necessarily mutual. There are times when it is mutual. I would say maybe about 30% of the time it may be mutual, where you and this person have just come to the realization that this ain't gonna work. What we doing is just not good for either one of us. Let's just part ways and we can still be cool. High five, it was good while it lasted, and move on. That happens like I believe maybe 30% of the time. That other 70 is one person still in and the other person won't out. So you got two people going back and forth fighting over, well, why you trying to leave, why you want to leave, and then once that other person realizes that the other one is leaving, now they gonna be bitter, now they gonna be pissed, now they gonna try to get back, and they gonna make their life a living hell. They gonna put the Miss Celie on it. Everything you do gonna crumble till you do right by me. That's just how it goes. So it's like it's a huge problem when it comes to those type of breakups where you got somebody who has animosity because they are so deeply hurt, or they've just done somebody all the way in and they expected them to always be there. They've taken it for granted, and now that person's gone. So it's like that's definitely one of the things that can definitely happen when it comes to just breaking up. It is hard to do, in my opinion. Why should you break up? Now that's a question that I've been asked quite a bit, where people say, they tell me what's going on in their relationship. They tell me, what's happening. Well, he did this, she did that, she's doing this, he's doing that. I can't communicate with this person. This person won't communicate with me, and it's like those type of things happen. And when they do happen, then it's a thing to say, well, should I leave or should I stay? Well, I think that answer is when it gets to the point to where expectations aren't being met, the person who is not meeting those expectations isn't trying to meet those expectations, and then you have it to where being in that relationship is toxic, it's volatile, and it's basically putting you to it puts you in a position where you are in an unhealthy relationship, mentally, physically, spiritually. If it's something that is just being detrimental to your happiness and the way that you are accustomed to living your life, then you definitely need to break up. That is definitely a key indicator as to, yep, it's time to break up. Because at the end of the day, a relationship is a business partnership. It's two people that are working together and they share a common goal of taking care and loving each other. So it's like when you have that and you can do that, and you basically have the same goal to where, in spite of all the other things we want to do in life, we want to make sure that we are both good. I want to take care of you. You want to take care of me, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and we want to make sure that our lives are meshed well together and are working. That's great. When those things aren't happening, and that does happen in just every relationship, there are some times where expectations aren't being met. And that's okay when both parties are willing to work at helping the other meet those expectations. When that has broken down and there isn't that mutual respect and that mutual feeling of just being a team and working together, when that's not there, then yes, that's a problem, and that's when things can become unhealthy. That's when things can become volatile. You can have issues where, hey, this isn't working for me, and it's not. I'm being abusive, or this person is being abusive to me, and I'm lashing out. I have resentment. All of those things begin to set in, and that makes the relationship unhealthy for both of you. Because the person that's physically abusing the other, whether it's the man or the woman, because that is very true and is a known fact that there is spousal abuse that is done by women to men, as opposed to always thinking that it's the man that's doing it to the woman. When there's physical abuse and things like that, that means that both parties are definitely exhibiting bad or destructive behavior, because you shouldn't be a person who is getting beat, and you damn sure shouldn't be a person that's always beating on somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's something that's not normal behavior, that's not healthy behavior. It shouldn't be to where you function in a relationship by hurting the other one physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever the case may be. Shouldn't be doing it that way. So that's definitely a why you should break up. when that relationship has gotten beyond the point of where you both are working at trying to be better and trying to help each other be better, time to let it go, time to move on, and time to say, hey, I need to get into a more healthier and a more safe environment. Um, After that, when it comes to when is it time to break up? So sometimes people say, well, when is it a good time to break up? Because it's the winter time, it's cold, I ain't got no car, I don't want to leave this dude right now. That may be true, but at the end of the day, I would hope that that situation wouldn't be one of the main factors that keep you in a relationship is the fact that it's cold outside and you ain't got no car. Uh, or there could be certain things or certain dynamics to say, well, this ain't the right time to break up because I ain't got no job. I'm still in school. I got my phone bill that needs to be paid. He got this bread. Or you could say, well, she taking care of me. She let me sit up and play Madden all day, and all I got to do is sling this D when she get home. So it's like when you have a lot of different dynamics like that, timing does play a part. And at the end of the day, most people will try to manipulate that situation to where it benefits them. It's not the right thing and it's not a good thing, but at the end of the day, it's still the truth. So that timing piece is definitely important to a lot of people based on your situation, whether it's your living conditions, whether it's your financial status, or whether you might say, hey, this person might just hit the lottery tomorrow, might become a millionaire. Let me hang on in here. I'm just saying. You have to realize that that is definitely timing is important. So when is it a good time to break up? I would say it's a good time to break up when you are not in a safe environment. Then the time is now to break up. When you're in an environment where you don't know what your mate is gonna do when he or she comes home, whether it's beat you upside the head or stab you in the chest or make passionate love you, when you in a situation where you are unsafe and you aren't sure what your mate will do, then it is time to break up. There are a lot of times when I think it was just a little while ago I heard of a man who came home and killed his wife and his stepdaughter, or something like that. I'm not sure, but there are plenty of situations where that happens, where the man will come home, kill his wife or his girlfriend because she was gonna leave him. She was breaking up with him. And it's like I'm sure that there were plenty of warning signs before where he might even told her, if I can't have you, nobody can. When you hear that, it's time to go. And it ain't, well, I'm going to wait till after the winter time. I'm going to wait till the summer's over because we still got that trip in Mexico. You might not make it to Mexico. Or you might make it to Mexico, might not make it back home. When that happens and when it comes time to say, hey, I know that this person is going to I'm unsafe and I'm not going to be able to make it, then you need to get out of that relationship. That's when it's time to break up. You know what I'm saying? So let me see here what's going on in this chat room. Man, I tried to give you a wrench, Jinx. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't I couldn't get your name up. I don't know. Let me see if I can figure that out real quick here. Yeah. But let's see here. Where is the young Juggle? There and there. Let me see if I can do it here too. Yes, 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 yes. All right. See if I can remember how to do this now. So go here, and then go there. Yep, sign on. Click this little joint right here. Yes, indeed. And yep, now I need to sign on to my page, which is here. Yep, okay. And it is taking a second to log on. There we go. All right, now Let me see, what am I doing here? All right, go to my channel, and then I'm gonna go to this studio deal and manager, community. There we go. And let's see here. Now, if I know I can do it if you make like a comment on one of my videos or something. I know I was able to do that way today. Let me see if a lot of people I was able to actually just make mods by doing that. Because when I was searching for people, it wasn't coming up. So like when I tried to search for your name, Jinx, I couldn't see it. It wouldn't come up. So let me see if you can make a comment somewhere on one of the relationship rehab joints. Just do a hey or what's up or I hate your shit, nigga. Do something. Just say something on there and see if I can do it. Let me see. Okay. And I don't see your name. So the video I watched today told me to try this. Let's see. Alright, so if it's not here, it says to go back to community and go to community settings. And there we go. And I'm going to enter in your URL, James, and let's see if it works. Nope, it says no matches found. So, yeah, I would say just make a comment and then just go ahead and I'll fix it that way. So, anyway, we can go ahead and get back to the matter at hand. Perfectionist, understand, I forgot how that shit goes. From a young G's perspective. There it is. All right, so moving along, what's next is where's the best place to break up? So when we're talking about breaking up, what's the best place to break up? I would say it depends on the situation because a lot of times we tend, especially dudes, we tend to think, oh man, she ain't gonna do nothing, man. She ain't gonna trip like that, and we tend to think it's okay to go home or go back to her house late at night and tell her it's over. That's not always good because that can put you in a situation where things can get physical. She can wind up calling the police. She might have her brothers downstairs, or you might be at the house, or whatever the case may be. I'm the type of person to say, hey, if you're going to break up, do it in the daytime and do it with people around. I don't care if you got to get one of your partners or somebody to be in the other room or get your brother to be with you or something. If you're going to do something and you think your chick is crazy, you think she ain't going to be good with this breakup, that's the way to do it. And the same thing for women. If your dude is crazy, if your dude done told you if I can't have you, nobody can, make sure you break up in a public place. Make sure you break up with some people around you, because just being in a public place ain't always good. There's plenty of people that will watch you get your ass stabbed. They will watch you get your ass whooped and will just sit there and be like, oh man, and pull out their phone. You got to remember, we in a generation now where people pull out their phones first when they see something go wrong. So it's like, make sure that you go somewhere where you can get out and you can say, hey, I know that if this happened, I see an exit right there. I see my people right there who can help me that's going to fight or that's going to break something up, or the police is over there too. Even if you got to have the sheriff come with you and say, look, it's over. Don't call me no more. Don't come by no more. Whatever the case may be. And always be prepared for that fallout afterwards. That aftermath and that, well, hey, let me just talk to you one more time. You don't want to do that. That's when it go down. All right? So, the best way to break up. Now, this is something that I wanted to get some of you guys' feedback on as far as what's like the best way to break up. Is it with a Dear John letter? Is it with a text message, a phone call, or in person? I don't know. I don't know what necessarily the best way is. I am just by nature a personable type of person. I need to just say, hey, I'm the type of guy that'll, say it to your face. I'm not that guy that'll, whisper behind your back and, tell other people and everybody else to know that I'm saying something about you. But I ain't that dude. So it's like I'm the type of person where I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100, and I don't want to tell you to your face. But that may not always be the best way to do things. That may not always be the best route to take. So I would definitely want to hear from some of you all to see what you think would be the best way to actually break up or to end a relationship. I would also want to say, well, I guess if we're talking about the best way or the right way, the opposite of that is what's the wrong way. I think the wrong way is what you saying, Jason? Well, you just get me all off topic. What are you saying, Brian? Check on your boy. Call your boy. What's wrong? Are you talking about Tommy? Tommy doing something? Oh, I'm sure that Brother Tommy is all right. I'm quite sure that he is doing all right. Yeah, I'm sure Tommy's all right, man. Trust me. All right. Yeah. So getting back to what we were talking about, when it comes to the wrong way to break up, do you break up with that person, with the new person that you with? I think that's definitely a wrong way to break up. Don't come tell me it's over and you got your new dude with you. I ain't that dude. You know what I'm saying? And that new dude sitting there, he skinning and grinning, talking about, hey man, I don't know what to say, it is what it is. That ain't gonna end well for you. So let's not do that. So that is definitely one wrong way to break up. Or you go to break up and you got your new girlfriend with you, and you telling your old girlfriend, yeah, I'm with her now. So let's not make this into a scene or something. Let's just move on and you do you and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's definitely a wrong way to break up. Don't have somebody else tell that person like, yeah, just want to let you know, man, Gina called me and she wanted me to tell you that it's over. You don't want to do that neither. So it's like, I guess anything that's going to be just outright embarrassing is a wrong way to break up. Don't embarrass that other person. Don't put that other person in a position to where they are just going to totally be embarrassed because you breaking up with them. So I would definitely say that is a wrong way to break up. Don't embarrass the other person. Because at the end of the day, a lot of times when somebody is breaking up with the other person, usually the other person don't want to break up, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be a situation where that person has to have some type of mourning with this relationship. So it's like you think about, like Tommy always say when people get divorced, it's like a death in the family. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's kind of true to a relationship in a sense. It's like there's a certain part of your life that is actually dying, whether it's over time or whether it's instant or whatever the case may be. It could be instant by you coming home and finding that person, in bed with somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's an instant death in a lot of people's books. And it's like, man, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you definitely want to make sure that that's something where you say, hey, this person is going to end the relationship, and they gonna end the relationship by being in the bed, and this person gonna come home and find this other person, getting it in with their woman or their girl or whatever, and then that's it. You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like definitely make sure that be tactful, be nice at the end of the day. Sometimes you just have to be nice and do the right thing. Let the person down easy. Remove yourself from the situation. Remove yourself from the environment. And then if that person is still trying to pursue you, still trying to press your way, then you just tell them flat out what it is and how it's going to be. But make sure you don't do it by yourself. Because that's how you wind up with a knife in your chest talking about why. Don't want to do that. So that's another that's definitely a wrong way to break up. Is just to make sure that you're not being bogus and you're not being uh, an asshole in a sense. Like, yeah, there you go. Bring your gun. I like that, Jason. Bring your gun when you go break up because you never know, people. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people out here that can't handle that disconnect. They can't handle them breakups, and they go and do stupid things, and they go and do things that they never thought they would do. They go and do them because, man, they in a bad place, and they just can't understand why this is ending, and it's hurting them so much to where they lose their rational thinking. They lose that logic. They lose that the way they normally would. They just lose it, and they say, "Oh, I'm gone. I just can't take it. I can't take it." And they go and and then now you on the 8 o'clock news, the 9 o'clock news, and they got a visual out there for you where everybody holding a little candle saying, "He was such a nice guy. His smile lit up the room." Yep, and his chest was open by this crazy chick. So it's like always make sure that you got yourself in a safe situation and in a safe environment where you can protect yourself. Because at the end of the day, you want to make it out. That's all to it. I want to get out of the relationship and get out of that environment as soon and as quick as possible. Um, let's see. I got another one here. Is how long should it take to break up? So we talking about how long it takes to break up. Now, that is something where I say, hey, you need to move things along. You don't need to prolong things. When you are done with the relationship, you, when you are done with your relationship and you say, hey, this is something where it's over with, I don't want to be in this situation no more. Me and this person are not in a healthy place. It's just not working. I need to move on. When you in that position, then it's time to say, hey, this is it. And that shouldn't take you 8 months. It shouldn't take you a year and a half to break up with somebody. At the end of the day, begin to explain to that person, let that person know, or let that person get let down easy, and then say, hey, let me get myself out of this situation, let me move on. Sometimes it might take, 30 days or 60 days, but it shouldn't be no 6 or 7, 8 months. You know what I'm saying? It's like once you are done, then you need to be up out of there fairly soon, as opposed to prolonging it. Because the longer that you're in that situation, the longer that you're there, then you have that person in a bad situation where they have to keep reliving, seeing your face, dealing with you in your mess. You might be talking to somebody else on the phone, and they gotta go and they gotta hear all that. That's just not fair. It's not cool, and it can drive people over the edge. It can make people go crazy. It can make people say, "Well, man, I lost my mind. She was on the phone, and then she was talking about, fucking this other dude, and this dude is over here, and they having sex, and now, I'm sitting here, and they having phone sex, and I'm in the other room trying to play some Xbox Live on the Call of Duty side of the game, and I just hear them over there, and I just lose it, so I go get Call of Duty and then get my gun, play some Call of Duty with her, and now she gone. You don't want to do that. So keep yourself out of that situation and remove yourself from the environment as soon as you can. Don't prolong it. Don't try to get your ducks all in a row after you done told this person you done broke up and move on. Be in, be out, and say, hey, this is it. Now let's go. I'm out. I'm moving out. I got my stuff together. It's packed up. So you ain't got to come home to your clothes being bleached and burned and all that kind of stuff. So that's definitely something you want to make sure that you do. Another thing too is when a relationship is ending, be civil, be decent to each other. Understand that you may be the person that's leaving, but that other person may be the person that don't want you to leave. Be sympathetic to that and understand that situation, and not to say that you have to deal with them and put up with them breaking up, but you definitely need to be cognizant of the fact that this person is mourning the loss of this relationship. This person is going through that process of dealing with their emotions and their feelings and understanding that, hey, we not in the same place that we used to be, and now things are going to change, and I need to get myself together, and I have to pick up the pieces. And it's like when that person's heart breaks and it's in a bunch of little pieces, it's hard to pick all them pieces up and to be in your right mind. There's a lot of crying, there's a lot of hurt, a lot of pain that goes along with that. So be cognizant of that and understand that and move on in a professional way, in a decent way, in a civil way. Just try to be a nice person throughout this thing, and not to say be nice to a fault, but be nice to the point where you understand that hey, this person is really possibly struggling with this, and the sooner you can get out of here, the better. And if that person, needs to talk on the phone or something like that, keep it short and simple. If that person may need some help, make that recommendation to them. But you definitely want to get yourself out of that situation because people tend to be irrational when things like this happen, and they tend to not do what they would normally do. They tend to not be in their right mind. So be cognizant of that. Think about that and understand that happens. So what are some of your thoughts on some of the things I said? Talking about is breaking up really hard to do? Why should you break up? When is it time to break up? What's the best place to break up? What's the best way to break up? When is it right to end the relationship? When is it a wrong way to break up? And how long should it take to break up? What are some of you guys' thoughts? I see keep it short and simple. I agree with that. That's how you get stabbed. Yep, telling the truth. Would be ideal. Women cutting the penis off couch. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Empathy is important. Yes, most people can be inconsiderate. And that is very true. Grant, people can be inconsiderate, especially when the other person in the relationship is like totally just moved on. You forgot about it. You've done it. I'm over with it. And now you like, hey, this is it, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this and do my thing and move on. And it's like now this person is sitting there like, well, damn, what's going on? Hey, is that my first troll? Oh my God, my very first troll. This is a moment, people. I never thought that I would get this big, get to this point where I would have my first troll. But wow, this is really something. I'd like to thank my mother and my father who helped me get here. I'd like to thank the good Lord Jesus who has definitely kept me on my path and on my way. All my family back in Chicago, all my cats, my homeboys, and my gangsters in the Wild 112 Deuce, as we alive and well. I just want to say thank you to everybody who could be a part of this, and to my first troll. Hey, man, hey, it is what it is. Do what you do, and I'm moving on and I'm winning. Don't block my shine. Anyway, and thanks to my cats that's my look at this. Look at this. They just coming all out. Thank you, mods. Oh wow. What a moment. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to see what are some of the things that you guys I guess would think is something that needs to be, I guess talked about or brought up. If you guys want to do a phone call or something like that, I could probably do that. I could even probably just do like a one phone call. I don't think I need to open up the phone lines. But what do y'all think? Y'all think we should open up the phone lines or what? See, I'm on my way now, boy. That's proof you're destined for greatness. You right, Evan. Yes, sir. Yep. I'm telling you, man, it's a hell of a moment, man. I feel accomplished. I never thought that I would get, some haters and some trolls, man. I never think I'd get this big, man. But look at me, huh? Look at me. Yeah, buddy. That's awesome. Awesome, man. Yep. But yeah. So I mean, I guess what do you guys want to do? Is anybody that want to maybe give a ring a ding ding to? I can turn on the phone lines and see how that. You know what? Actually, I am gonna turn on the phone lines because I need to see how this thing is gonna work because I ain't never did it before. So let's Get ready to rumble. Yeah, we're going to do that, and we're going to see how these phone lines work. I'm going to get that going and see what happens. We're going to see how that works out. See what we can do. Oh, I just got some comments, too, so I can try to see if I can make you guys some mods. Let's see if we can do that first and foremost here. Let's see if it'll work now. No, it'll work now. Do, 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 do. All right, so we'll go here. Let's go back to community. There we go. Yep, there go Jinx. Yeah. Mod. There go my boy D. Adams. Mod. Look at them wrenches getting thrown out there, boy. Just raining. I got some wrenches. Raining, just raining. Yeah, buddy. Seafood Cheese, go ahead and send me a comment on one of the videos or something, man, and then I can make you one too. Just pick a video, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, do something. Let me know you're here. I ain't even looked at them likes. Let's see how them looking. Let's see what's going on with the likes. Let's see what the likes is going on with them. Yes, indeed. That was wild, man. Got my first troll on tonight, man. Yeah, buddy. That's crazy. Let's make sure we sharing this thing out. Yeah, buddy. When you have trolls, you get big. Keep it up. Let them hate. Oh, yeah, I let them hate, man. That kind of stuff don't bother me. It's like my thing with trolls is, man, you on the internet, man. At the end of the day, you on the internet, man. It's like you saying what you're saying, man, but I guess I'm just from a different place, man. You know, where I'm from, man, it's like if you really bowdy and rowdy, you gonna come see a player. So it's like you can talk crazy all you want to, man. You on the internet, you know. That keyboard and that mouse, man, make you feel real tough. Then go ahead, man. I'm cut from a different cloth. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in an era, man, where people came to see you, man. You know what I'm saying? We stopped by. We ain't sit there and talk for 2-3 weeks, 2-3 years, 2-3 months. We ain't do that. We did this, like, okay. That's it. That was it. That's all we did. Oh, all right. Yep. Okay. And that's it. And next time we saw you, it was on and popping. It was going down. So yeah, that's just me. So it's hard for me to really be rattled by that kind of nonsense, man. These people, man, it's like people just say what they gonna say and do what they gonna do at the end of the day. Now I ain't one to just not say nothing. I definitely let them know what time it is and what's going down and let them know what's happening. Because I'm definitely not that guy to not say nothing, keep my mouth shut and just sit there and be quiet. I'm not that dude. But I'm definitely not you know, too moved by what those trolls and stuff say, man. It is what it is. They do what they do, and I'm gonna do what I do, you know. So, yep. All right, let me make sure that this is in. Let's say, there we go. Hit my boy Seafood Chi up. Got me a mod. The mod squad is in the house. That's what's up. My mod squad is in the house. Alright, everybody should be moderators now. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so now let's see if we can get this blog talk going. I'm about to dive into this thing here and see what happens. Okay, so now we're going to open up a new window. And we're going to go blog. Oh, wait. Is that here? Nope, that's on the other. Let's do it here. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3.
That's what it was. So in my Mac settings, the output wasn't set to my mixer.
So it was in your computer settings.
Yeah. So let me just verify here. Go ahead.
Okay,
say
that's
now.
good. Yeah, because your computer settings will override your software all the time. Your computer, I'm getting a buzz too. There you go. I can hear myself now.
And you clear too. That's it. Hells yes.
Yeah, I can do hardware, but I'm not too good with software. Not I need a day or two on software.
Yeah, buddy. Well, I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
But we good.
We good now.
No problem.
Hells yes.
You got any other callers on there waiting on you?
I don't even know. Let me look and see. They probably hung the fuck up like this nigga here ain't shit.
Well, y'all, we appreciate y'all hanging in there with us, trying to get this right. Brian is the guru.
Right, exactly.
He is the man in the house.
Yes, sir.
We do appreciate y'all hanging in there.
All right, man. Now, let me see here. Let's go back to this guy. Move this over here so I can see. And now let me get.
Because I really ain't got much to say. Hey, all man. I wanted to tell you is just have your gun with you. That's all I say. And be in a public place where you got witnesses. That's all I'm trying to tell you. But no, Brian. But I did go through a breakup with a young lady, and what I did is I had my best friend come and help me just move.
Wow. Okay.
And when she saw him there, she wasn't all crazy, and she didn't flip out on me or nothing like that. But being that I'm a law enforcement officer, I got to be really extra careful who I deal with.
Right. Yeah.
And how I handle things because, my friend came over. I just wanted him to help me get my stuff in the truck. Mm-hmm. And then I went and fed him at Popeyes and let him go, and I handled everything else myself. So if he wasn't there, I would have had an issue.
Yeah,
I probably would have lost my job, unfortunately. But breakups are not easy on either side. They're very difficult. Unfortunately, we all have to go through things like this, and it is what it is. I mean, if you can't have somebody there with you, Jinx did say text him, because we are in this internet age of this social media thing. So, I agree with Jinx. I do agree with her. If it's a long distance relationship or you're not living with a person, I think that would be sufficient to text a person if you can't talk to them.
I don't know, man.
If you don't want to argue.
Guess my thing with text is that a lot of I guess emotion can get lost in the text message. So what you saying in a text message and what somebody will interpret in a text message, they don't get things like the inflection of your voice. They don't get the tone. They don't get the sentiment or the emotion that your voice does have. So I guess for me, I mean, I'm just a person. It may just be that I'm old school or something like that, but I just don't like, I guess, talking big stuff like that or life-changing stuff via text because you can miss a lot of that with not having that emotion.
No, Brian, I do agree with you, but I do agree with texting. If you're always constantly arguing over a text, you already know you're at that point of argumentation. If that's even a word, I don't know. But you're already at that point. Yeah, you're already okay. Well, if you're already in an argumentative state, we'll say.
Yeah.
If you're already in an argumentative state, I think a text of record would be best for that particular situation. But I agree with you, in person, in a public area, or with somebody that has your back would be better, well served, I think.
Yeah.
You know, but I just kind of agree with Jinx when she said text. I kind of thought about my daughter in her situations, you know, her being a young person, and social media is the big thing for young people. They get into fights and all kind of stuff and this and that and that and this. But, you know, yes, you know, I would, because I'm old school, I would prefer being in person as well. Like I said, in my situation, you know, I woke up the morning, I was ready to get up out of there, and I called my boy, and I didn't move nothing until he got to the front door.
Yeah.
And once he got to the front door, that's when we started moving my stuff out into the hallway to get the hell up out of there, because, you know, I didn't want no confrontation, you know, and I you know, because she wasn't violent, but you never know, because that's a life-changing event, like you already said, and you stated that. This is a life-changing event for somebody, and you don't want to be in that position where you may have to dread somebody off. But, you know, again, you know, since my brother used to call me the player from the Himalayas, I was in that other situation too.
Yeah.
You know, I had to throw a chick out. She was from Holland, and I had to throw her up out my little residence. And it got a little crazy. It got a little crazy for a moment.
Yeah.
But my boy was next door, and I was able to call on him again, calling on somebody. They got your back. They know the situation, because it's not like your friends don't know what's going on.
Right.
You telling them.
Talk to your boys, right? Yeah, that's
you
true.
are sharing conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you sharing conversation. Your boy knows what's happening.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And even if he reported to you on a few occasions of what y'all friends do, you know, because they look out for you if they're your friend. You know, and he knew the situation, and he came right over. You know, he left, you know, where he was at, and he came right back to me. And, you know, he calmed her down and got her the hell up out my room. And that's when I was in the military, by the way.
Now,
but he got her the hell up out my room.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you have been, how would you have felt if he would have said, okay, I'm a consoler, and I'm going to take her next door to my room, and just took her over there to, you know, console her and let her talk things out with him? Would that have been okay?
That would have been fine with me, because he was my best friend.
Okay.
And we actually were we were a lot deeper in a friendship than just the average friendship, because actually we worked together and we were doing some military things together. So I trusted him. He's like a brother to me.
Gotcha. Okay.
And even if he would have went over, if he would have took her over to his room and spoke to her, I would have had no problem with that, because I would have probably just got up and rolled up out of there in my car. I would have left. I would have got out of the situation.
Gotcha.
And I would have went somewhere where I was safe at. And then, you know, again, another situation happened to the brother. You know,
Yeah.
I was at a chick's house when I was in Colorado. It was snowing out, Brian.
Wow.
And we had a little confrontation, and she ran outside. The snow was probably about 3 feet of snow out there, Brian. This chick ran outside with one of them grandpapa ashtrays, trying to throw it through my windshield. Yeah, I had to tackle her in the snow. I tackled Brian. I'm telling you the truth, dog. Breakups are hard, man.
Man,
I tackled her. She had a bra. She had bras and panties on.
Okay, well,
bra and panties. She out in 3 feet of snow.
So when you make this tackle, right? You Ray Lewis this chick out in the snow. Is there a point of reflection when you look at your life and say, man, look at me. I'm out here in Colorado, and I'm tackling this chick in bra and panties out in the snow because she's trying to bust my windshield out with an ashtray. Is that not a moment where you have to reevaluate your life? That's what I'm asking.
Well, let me tell you what, bro. I had to reevaluate everything that I was doing to that point, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. I drove. Look, I got away from the house because her stepfather came out and grabbed her up and got her back in the house. Right. I drove down the street, Brian, and I stopped. And I said, well, the first thing I got to do is I got to go to the police department because I was law enforcement back then in the military. So I had to. My mind was go. First I got to go to the police department. But I stopped, Brian. I stopped in the street, and I just bursted out in tears, bro, because, you know, I'm an emotional guy, Brian. Don't get me wrong. I'm an emotional guy. Yeah. But I just stopped, and I'm like, how did I get here?
Yes, okay. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So that shows, that proves to me that, and this is something that a lot of people don't have. So with you being able to do that shows that you have a moral compass and you are aware of your situation. Because I have been in some crazy things just in life, period. And I've done some crazy shit, but I've always had that moment where I'm looking like, is this shit really happening? Am I really doing this right now? And it's like, I believe that's that thing, that inner spirit, that moral compass, whatever you want to call it, that little angel, your intuition, whatever it is,
right.
You gotta have that. I think that a lot of people today don't have that. Like it just popped in my mind, but like the chick who hit the girl with the car, who ran the girl over with the car, rammed her into a tree. She doesn't have that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, she doesn't have that. And it's like, what is she thinking when she gets behind the wheel, steps on the gas, and turns the wheel and gets this chick in her sights and just keeps going to the point to where the car rams her into the tree? She didn't have a moment to where she says, wow, am I really getting ready to do this? Is it this serious? Has it gotten to this point? She just didn't do that. So it's like, and that's the thing that I'm glad to hear you at least say that you have that in you, to where you was just like, damn, after the tackle, you Ray Lewis the chick, got in the snow, stepdaddy's outside, everybody's arguing, cussing, whatever's going on, you hop in your ride, drive down the street, you get a couple of blocks away, and you have a moment of yourself to yourself where you reflect and you break down. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, Brian, it was a moment, bro, because, you know, I saw the sign. But because I was in love with her and I accepted her faults and stuff, but there was a lot going on to that story, because I can say it now because nobody really knows me like that. I was an undercover drug investigator for the military. So during my course, that's when I met her.
Wow.
So there was a lot of things going on. I was attracted to her, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But she was tied up in my job in a sense.
Yeah. Okay.
She wasn't a project. She wasn't something. She wasn't a suspect in one of my cases. Right. However, when I was hanging out there, I met this young lady.
Yeah.
And she was tied into what I was doing.
Right.
And I had to go back and I saw the flags, I saw the signs, but you know, I was in love. I ignored all that stuff.
Yeah.
I ignored it. And I shouldn't have ignored it. And that's when I got away from my house, a couple of blocks away from my house, that's when I had that breakdown. And I'm like, man, I knew something was wrong.
Right.
And that's why I had my emotional moment. And then right after that, I drove to the police station. I get out the car, I go inside. They all knew exactly who I was. And I talked to one of my guys there, and I explained to him what happened. They send over some squad cars to the house and stuff. And the biggest thing was, did you hit her? No, I didn't hit her, but I did tackle her in the snow. And her father, you know, her stepfather was right there. And of course he, you know, corroborated my story, and they saw the big old hole in the snow, and no, I didn't hit her. And that was the whole thing right there. But I'm telling you, bro. I was getting out the house, bro, and she came after me.
My
and
goodness.
I got outside. Now, when dude, the snow, I'm telling you, 3 foot of snow in Colorado is a lot of snow.
Yeah.
And she was in the front yard. She had that big old grandmama ashtray, and I had to tackle a dog. You know that commercial?
Snow angels and ashtrays, man. I tell you.
Man, let me tell you what. But no, nothing is easy. Nothing is hard. But again, I want to say, we all see these signs. We all see things. When it's going bad, we see these things and we ignore them because we're emotionally tied to that person, and we don't want to break that tie off.
Right.
And the breakup, it wasn't because I was doing anything stupid. It's that, it's time for me to go. Because you done did some foolishness, and I can't be around you doing foolishness.
Yeah. This
chick carrying weed with her, and she riding in my car, and I'm a drug investigator. You can't be smoking weed, and I'm a drug investigator. You can't do that.
Yeah.
No, you can't be with me smoking weed. Because if I happen to get pulled over, and you got weed on you, and you throw it in my car, I'm going to jail.
Right.
I'm going to jail. I'm going to be the wrong one. And then all my cases that I work are all going to go down the tube because of this chick.
Yep.
But man, I had to get out of that situation.
I tell you, man, I appreciate the transparency as always, man. I thank you for the technical difficulties that you saw me through, and I thank you for being my first caller live on there with my setup, man. I appreciate it, man. It's always a pleasure, man. Well, it's good to have good people that support you, man. Yes, sir. Yes,
I
indeed.
am honored, and I was honored to ban your first troll.
Yeah, yep, you banned my first troll too, man. Boy, I tell you, it's a special.
I banned your first troll. So Brian, we are going to be connected from this day forth.
Yes, sir, man. We got history together, my brother.
We connected.
Well, thank you, man.
Right, well, look, let me get off this line so you get you some more callers in.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, Brian. All right. I'm right here waiting for you, bro. I got your back. I'm right here, bro.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you having my 6, man. My man. Later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
All right. 504-289. You are on the line.
Oh, what's good, Brian?
What's happening, Captain? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm all good. It's the Listen Doctor. What's good with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Listen Doctor. What's happening with you, man? I don't know if you was here for the topic, but I know you was here during the technical difficulties, so I'm glad you're here now, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I just wanted to speak on some shit because I'm right quick about suicide. Since you're talking about relationships and shit, about the people who really know who I am on my show and shit. About 3 years ago, some shit happened to me and I almost committed suicide. And previously before that, 5 years ago before that, I almost tried to commit suicide.
Wow.
And it wasn't behind a female, it was just behind a lot of, shit that was going on in my life.
Yeah.
But today, if you haven't known, Chris Berman, one of the lead singer from Linkin Park, committed suicide.
Oh wow! No, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, I put it in the chat room. He's the lead singer for Linkin Park.
Oh yeah, I saw you put that name in there, but I didn't know who that was. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and I'm a big rock fan.
Okay.
I just saw them like 5 times, and
wow.
I just wanted to speak on it because a lot of people that call my show, I'm up to Suicide Prevention Part 3. I'm doing that. I'm actually getting ready to do that one tonight, but I might hold off and do it tomorrow on my show. But this is a lot of things, man. Relationships triggered a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when people get in these bad breakups, you feel like you were supposed to be with this person for your whole life, and then they break up with you, and then you just stuck. You know, a lot of people go towards suicide. You know, I done had females after I break up with them. I bought a Ford F-150 when I was all short. This chick took a bat to my car, man.
Yeah.
You know, took a bat to my car. Got her brothers to jump me.
Wow.
You know, over me not being with her no more, not wanting to be with her no more. And
Yeah.
it's because of that reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
you
think
tell
that.
her no the first time, it's like, yeah, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, I was just wanted to say, I think that a lot of times, it's a thing to where we have such a, and that's one of the things. I mean, and I commend you for doing what you're doing, man, and that's one of the things that inspired me to do what it is that I'm doing. I think we have a big disconnect sometimes with just how we relate to each other and the things that we, experience in life. We don't really know how to deal with them. And because we don't have the right tools to deal with certain things, then we tend to deal with things irrationally, and we tend to just go off of the deep ends, and we let a lot of bad situations just completely consume us and overtake us. Because it's like you said, if a woman is upset that the relationship is over and you breaking up with her, it's like that's definitely something that you have to experience, and it's going to be emotional. It's going to be, a tough time, but it shouldn't overtake you to the point to where you take a bat and go at somebody's car. Then you want to get your brothers to jump on, your boyfriend that's leaving you or whatever. It's like those type of reactions aren't going to get you anywhere. They don't help you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and the fact that, she's in a place to where she didn't know how to process that emotion, how to process those feelings and go through that process of losing somebody. And she didn't even think to say, well, you know what, maybe this is a good thing. And sometimes that happens. Maybe sometimes that dude that's leaving you or that chick that's leaving you, maybe it's the best thing for you at that moment in your life, to where you are now making room for somebody better to come along and to come into your life. But if you don't understand that concept and can't process that, then that leads you to where you don't even see that part, and you go and do something irrational and crazy and wind up in jail, or you may even wind up dead, or you may wind up hurting somebody that you truly don't want to hurt,
Yeah, and all that happened like this what you said, because I was working offshore. She was always, at the hotel with me offshore. When I come home, I go to the hotel, and by me breaking up with her, she got a chance to go back home to Atlanta, and she got offered a job that she didn't want. But she got arrested because once the judge found out her brothers jumped me, and I had my concealed weapon on me, and I shot one of her brothers in the process of that. Hey. And her brother wound up trying to press charges on me, but I wound up telling them, look, they jumped me. I just fought back, and they grabbed the gun, I grabbed the gun, and they were the ones that got hit. She wound up getting arrested for it because
Hold on. I gotta ask. I'm sorry, I gotta ask. I'm a gun guy. So, what kind of gun did you shoot him with? And what caliber was it?
45.
Ooh, yes, sir.
45.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 45. I have a lot of guns. I want a Desert Eagle. That's my dream gun. I want to get.
Yeah. Okay.
I have 45. I have 39.
Yeah.
And and it was in Texas at the time, so it was crazy how it happened. But he lived, but after they didn't even know why they was jumping me. And that's the bad thing about it. Females they talk all that mess, and then they get their brothers to handle it. But what they don't realize, that starts the cycle for black-on-black violence. Right. That's the only reason we got black-on-black violence. You know what I mean? Because somebody else got mad, and then they bring their family. You kill their family, then their family kill you. It's not going to never end. That's what relationships, same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's tough, man. I done had a couple of friends that killed themselves over bad breakups.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a big supporter of suicide, because suicide prevention, it's a big thing, man. And as black men mainly, we get made fun of when we show emotion.
Right.
So you have to be riled up all the time. You have to be rah 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 all the time. You have no moment to even think or say, you know, to yourself, look, I shouldn't have did this, because you always got to be rah rah rah.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of men go to jail, man, because they feel once they go to jail, they got a family.
Yep.
My brother told me, man, bruh, believe it or not, I don't want to keep you all day, though, but my brother went to jail, man, got out of jail, was clean, went back to jail on purpose, because he felt like the people in jail was a better family than outside.
Oh
in
yeah.
the real family.
Yeah, that happens. I've seen that happen several times where it's not just the people that are in there. It's the what do you call it? Being institutionalized. It's being in that system for so long. Yeah, being in that system for so long to where it's not necessarily just you being in that environment and being comfortable in that environment. It's all you know. And because it's all you know, that's the only way you can actually be comfortable. Yeah, that definitely happens. It's like when you talk about people that have just been, you know, career criminals, and they spend, you know, pretty much the greater majority of their teenage years or their young adult years in jail. They get that institutionalized mentality, and then, you know, when they get older, they begin to not even be able to function unless they are in that environment. And it's like when they have to be in it in order to feel normal, and because it gets normal to them, it becomes their reality, and they get to the point to where that's who it's a part of who they are, and that's how they want to live because they've done it for so long. And when they are not able to be in that environment, they will do things like you said, like act out to go back to jail. They'll go rob somebody. They'll go beat somebody. They'll, you know, if they want to make sure they don't get back out no more, they'll go rape or kill somebody or do both or whatever, you know. So that definitely happens. That whole institutionalized thing, man, that'll definitely get a hold of. It has gotten a hold of a lot of brothers and sisters, for that matter, and that's where they wind up because that's all they know.
I actually want to talk to you personally once you get off about some things. I'm gonna send you my number or email or whatever we could do like that. But I want you to counsel my wife, man. Me and my wife.
Okay. Well, email me at therelationshiprehab@gmail. Yeah, and we can set something up, man. Absolutely, it'd be my honor, man.
And I looked at your pictures and shit, man. That gives me hope, because seeing how you and your wife, how y'all look, man, that gives me hope, man. Because me and my wife have been together we've been married 5 years.
Okay.
We just turned 5 years, but that give me hope seeing couples like you and your wife, man. And
yeah, man. It's my thing that I always tell people is that I don't have the perfect relationship, I don't have the perfect marriage, but I do love my life partner. I do love my wife, and she is willing to work at us being together just as much as I am, and I think that is definitely like been our, if you want to call it our secret or whatever the case may be. We both want to work at us being together. And it's like when you have that, then there's because there are times when I'm the one that's messing up, and there are times when she's the one that's messing up, but it's not about trying to see who's right or who's wrong. It's about us getting on the same page and staying on the same page and taking care of each other and making each other happy. So, yeah, man, I definitely would be honored, man, to give you guys whatever knowledge or advice that I have to help you guys, man. So just email me, hit me up, man, and we can definitely get it done.
I sure will, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate
the
phone
rest of your
call,
night,
brother.
Brian.
Yes, sir.
I'll be watching, man.
Absolutely, man. You take care of yourself, brother. Love you, man.
Oh, I love you too, man.
Later.
All right.
Man. All right, people. Well, it looks like I don't have no more phone calls, and we've been going for, we've been actually going for about maybe, I think, about an hour and a half, because we spent about 30 or 40 minutes getting this phone thing together. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just take this time and wrap it up now. Is anybody else? You know what? Since this is our first one, anybody got any other questions in the chat or anything? While I just get my last few thoughts together, I just want to say, even though we was off topic a little bit, but the Listen Doctor came up with some great points, man. And man, that suicide thing, man, is definitely something that is really, really real. And I guess the biggest thing about it to me is that you never really know when somebody's in that place. You know what I'm saying? And it's usually usually find out one or two ways. You usually find out after they've gotten out of it, or you find out when they've actually acted on it. You know what I'm saying? They've tried to go through with it. And it's like that, that show that Tommy and I did last week on the Guru and the Whore channel about depression. It's like that's one of the things that leads to that. That's one of the biggest factors in that suicide thing is that depression state and being depressed and just feeling that sense of hopelessness and helpless, being helpless in your life. Feeling defeated, feeling like you can't do anything, you can't get better, you can't get out of the situation, you can't go higher. It's like that whole defeated attitude and defeated feeling that we experience in those moments. It's like that's paramount. And I'm telling you, man, the key to that thing, or one of the keys to that, it's us being connected with other people, us being connected with each other to the point to where we're helping each other and we can be transparent with each other. And that's one of the biggest things that I try to make sure that I do and that I can actually bring to the table, is just that I want people to be able to look at the things that I do and the things that I say and the content that I give you guys, and to just say maybe that you can take something from it that'll help you be a better uncle, a better brother, a better sister, a better auntie, a better cousin, a better mother, a better father, a better grandfather, a better grandmother, a better aunt and uncle, or just being a better person to somebody else, a better friend, a better neighbor. It's like you never know what the impact you may have on somebody else's life. You never know who's watching you. You never know who's paying attention to you. I can definitely attest to that fact. I didn't have a clue as to how many people that comment, send me emails, and just thank me for what it is that I'm doing, say I'm doing a good job, saying they like my stuff, saying that my stuff helped them. It's like I feel like it's such a sense of purpose that I have now just doing this, and it's kind of like I would feel like I'm letting people down if I didn't do it. It's like when I got the rest of this equipment and stuff together to do this live show, I did it so that I can have better live shows. You know what I'm saying? My first 3 live shows that I did before, I didn't have all of these capabilities. It was just me on the mic. I did one with me and my wife and another mic, but being able to take calls, being able to have the capabilities to adjust the mic levels and all that I didn't have all of that stuff in the beginning. So it's like now I do. I went and signed up for the Blog Talk thing, even though that costs money to do, but it's like now I can take phone calls, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, it may only be a handful of people now, but who's to say a month from now, it may be, 5 times that amount. So it's like what we're doing here is growing. You guys are participating. It's 2:00 in the morning here on the East Coast. And well, on Eastern Standard Time. I'm not on the East Coast, but Eastern Standard Time. And you guys are still here. The 23 of you now are here. It's like we are all here to serve a purpose. And it's like the things that you guys are talking about in the chat, the things that I'm bringing to the table, the things that callers are bringing to the table, it all means something and it all matters. Because at the end of the day, when we all turn off and log off of this thing and turn off our computers and go to sleep, this content is still here living and breathing, and somebody's going to click on this at 4:00 in the morning and this can help them. Somebody's going to click on it tomorrow at 4:00 in the afternoon. It can help them. So it's like to understand the power of that and to understand that there is a bigger message and a bigger opportunity that's greater than ourselves. It's like I appreciate that, and I have such a respect and such a high level of reverence for that. I understand that what it is that I do and what I bring to the table, it may not be the answer and the cure all for everybody, but it could possibly help one person. And if it can do that, it's worth it. At the end of the day, it's worth it. I want to say thank you to everybody that came to the channel tonight, everybody that's going to watch this on the replay, everybody that stuck through these technical difficulties. We figured it out. We got it right. I want to say thank you to all of my wonderful mods, the mod squad. We got to come up with a name or something for the relationship rehab mods or something. I got to come up with a name for y'all. We got to figure something out. But I definitely want to say that we definitely have to make an effort to just do more to help each other. And I just want to say I thank you all for just being a part of this, giving your time that is so valuable that you can't get back to give it towards this. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. I know y'all hear me say it all the time when I'm on the show with Tommy and all that kind of stuff. It is truly an honor to be able to connect with you guys, talk with you guys, and I will never take it for granted. I appreciate you guys. I love each and every one of y'all. He said the Rehab squad. I don't know. I like it. That might stick. I don't know. We got to figure out something over the next few shows. I'm gonna definitely start trying. I'm gonna be doing these a lot more. I do have the capabilities for the one-on-ones. We can do that through Google Hangout. I call them sit downs. So we'll be doing the sit downs with the doctor discussion, which is me. We'll be doing those. I got some emails and stuff. If you want to possibly do one of those with me, email me at therelationshiprehab@gmail.com. We can set something up. I do work another job, so I can't do this 24/7 just yet. I know it's going to happen where this is all I do, but it's just not happening yet. But we on the way. I'm on the path, so no worries. But yeah, we can set something up. I'll try to get to you guys as much as I possibly can, get to as many as you all as quickly as I can. Just be patient with me, and just make sure that that we are all spreading the word. Like, subscribe, and share. That's the only thing that I ask. Like, subscribe, and share. Everybody that has taken a moment to just be a part of this, I thank you again. I saw in here Jason was saying about talking about depression. What is it in particular that you want me to speak about? Or is there a certain thing about depression that you know, a question or something like that, or an idea that you got about it that you want to maybe want me to mention? I can hang out for a few more minutes if you want to do that, or if you guys got some questions, I can definitely I can give a few more minutes and we can definitely, you know, do that too. Like I said, I just really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us. I appreciate what you guys do for Tommy. At the end of the day, part of the reason why I'm here, man, is because of what that brother has done, because of what that brother has stepped out and been a trailblazer, and has been, you know, not one of, but the first of his kind to have the message that he has and to say the things that he says. It's like, it's not an easy cross to bear, if you will, but at the end of the day, it's necessary. And to all of the trolls and the haters and the people that, you know, that just aren't smart enough to at least give that message that he's given a chance to listen to and to acknowledge the truth that's in his points that he's making. It's like, I don't understand sometimes how he continues to do it, but I have all the respect in the world for him that he does, because at the end of the day, the things that we talk about, the things that he talks about, a lot of the stuff, it can, I guess for him, I'm sure it gets, you know, discouraging to keep hearing about the mothers that are doing this and the fathers that are doing this to their children, and how, you know, our women are just missing the mark in so many areas, and how we have this whole thing about us wanting to keep this, you know, this ratchetness a secret, if you will, or make it to where we don't want to talk about it. It's like, or we shouldn't talk about it. We should keep this, you know, behind closed doors and sweep it under the rug and all that kind of nonsense. The fact that we still have that mentality, that's something that we definitely have to make sure that we change. I hope that I'm one of the whistleblowers on that. I hope that I'm one of the ones that can tear down that barrier to where we stop doing that. When we can get to the point to where we stop trying to hide those things that are detrimental to us, those things that are a problem for us, that's when you can truly begin to heal. Stop trying to go around your problems and start going through your problems. I will always keep saying that. We got this thing where we try to get over things and we try to go around things and forget about them. But we need to stop doing that, and we need to start going through them. Press your way through your situation. Go through your problems. Go through your emotions. Go through that process, because that's how you truly overcome it. That's how you truly get victory through it. That's how you truly build that tunnel to go through it, because if it comes up again in your life, you know exactly how to deal with it, and that tunnel's already there, and you can just move on through it. So it's like that is so important for us to start doing that as a people. And that is the main thing I think that we need to wake up to, is that there's a lot of things that are broken and that are wrong with us as a group and as a society. And we need to start fixing that stuff first before we start worrying about all of those things that are on the outside that have an effect on us too, at the end of the day. Because us being so focused on those outer things, those things that are out on the perimeter and far out and further down the field, that we try to call out and say that's our problem. Nope, the problem is right here in our backyard, and we need to look and clean up our backyard first before we can go out and go down the block and go 2 blocks over and go downtown to take care of our business and get those things straight. So that's my little 2 cents on that. Depression is the cause of a lot of drama in our lives. Always a good time. Yeah, that's very true. That depression is a cause of a lot of our drama. I guess it's like the depression, and just not having a stable foundation or a stable parental system. It plays such a big part in who you are as a person, which determines the type of decisions that you make as a person. When you don't have that elder, those grandparents, that grandfather, that grandmother, that mother, that father, those aunts and those uncles, that older brother, older sister, it's not about having one of those. It's about having all of those. Because when you have that type of support system, when you have that type of family unit, now you have access to a bunch of different perspectives. You have access to a bunch of different people that can help you make the right choice. And when you make the wrong choice, they can help you make that choice to get back on track, because we all fall short. We all make bad choices that lead to us having to suffer bad consequences. But when you have that support system in place, now you have somebody that can say, okay, yep, you messed up. Now you need to do this to get yourself straight. Now you need to do this so you won't make the same mistake again. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you can do that, and you can have that type of support system that you can lean on and that you can, draw from to have that type of help. Now you're in a position to where you can truly be successful, and you can truly begin to elevate, so that those that come after you, they won't have to suffer the same kind of consequences that you did. And I think that that's a big thing that we want to do as fathers, and that parents should want to do, period. I don't want my children to suffer the same things that I suffered, because my parents, fortunate enough for me, I didn't have to suffer the things that they suffered. So yeah, I can go back and say, well, I wish my mom would have did this. I wish my dad would have did that. I can go back and do that. But at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that my mom and dad experienced that, because they were willing to, sacrifice and put themselves in a position to where they would shoulder the brunt of that, to where I wouldn't have to suffer it too. I think they did a good job at that. And that's something that I can't fault them and say, well, y'all didn't do this or y'all didn't do that for me, and that messed up my life. I can't say that, because the things that they had that affected their lives negatively, I guess, in a sense, they shielded me from a lot of that. They shielded my brother and sister from a lot of that. So I respect them for that, and I appreciate them for doing that. And I think that that's our job. That's our our goal as a parent is to make sure that, hey, yeah, they may not be able to get everything, but you should be able to shield them from the things that happen to you, so that they don't have to experience that too, so that they can go a few steps higher, and then in turn they will do that as well. That's just the level of progression, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's something that I definitely want for my children, and I hope that, that we begin to want for all of our children, is for them to be better versions of us, for them to not have to suffer the things that we suffer, to not have to deal with all of the problems on the same, and the problems that they may have to deal with that may be similar, it's not on the same exact level. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you were a person who had a rough childhood, make sure your child doesn't have a rough childhood. Put yourself in a position to where you can build a better childhood for your child. It's like, man, those are the type of things that we need to do as a people first, to where we can say, hey, I know, right, there you go. Like, it's a responsibility, have that responsibility, have just that love for those that come after you, to where you're going to make it easier for them. You know what I'm saying? To where they don't have to, the things that they battle in life, they will have their own battles, because that's just the way that life is. But they won't have to deal with all of the things that you had to deal with. They may have to deal with one or two, but they shouldn't have to deal with everything you dealt with and do something else. So I definitely can appreciate that from that perspective, to make sure that we just, hey, being better versions of ourselves, and making sure that our children are better versions of us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, make sure that we are doing everything in our power to do that. If you were molested as a kid, then make that your main priority, that my kid that comes after me won't be molested. So he can't just, or she can't just go and stay at anybody's house. She can't just go and be alone with any other kids, or with any other relatives, or with any other adults. Make sure that you do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, maybe you might be a little bit overbearing, maybe a little bit more sheltering than some parents do, but at the end of the day, it's for a good cause, and it's for a reason. There's reasoning behind it, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. To say, well, you know what, I sheltered my kid from this because I didn't want them to suffer the same fate that I suffered. So yeah, that's why you couldn't spend the night over at your other friend's house when you were growing up. You couldn't. I wouldn't always let you go out and stay the night here or stay the night there. I apologize for that, but I did it for good reason, because I didn't want that thing that happened to me to happen to you. And it's like, when you can be a parent and be transparent like that, then that's something that makes a difference. One of the things that I started doing as a parent with my 4-year-old is that I stopped just telling her, or I try to stop telling her because I said so. I try to explain to her, when I tell her no about something, when I tell her not to do something, I try to follow up with an explanation. Because when my daughter asks me, can I have some lemonade, Dad? I just don't say no. Because she say, well, why? Because I said so, that's why. She's not challenging my authority. She's being curious, and she wants to know why she can't have some lemonade. And I explain it to her, even though I know that she's not grasping it 100%, but I'm explaining it to her so that when she does get older, she'll understand that, as opposed to her just understanding because I said so. So when she says, Daddy, can I have some lemonade? I said, no, you can't. Well, why not, Daddy? Because you just had a glass, and I haven't seen you drink any water, and it's not good for you or healthy for you to just drink juice, or just to drink lemonade all day. It's not good for you. So I know you want it, and I know that you want to have it because it tastes good, but just because it tastes good doesn't mean that it's good for you. So drink you some water, and maybe tomorrow, or maybe later on today, you can have some lemonade for, dinner or something, as opposed to your lunch or whatever. So it's like, when I begin to do that with her, and I try my best to do that so that she can understand that I'm not just telling her no because I'm her daddy and I can tell her no. I'm not just doing it for that. I'm doing it because it's for her good, and I want her, even though she don't understand it now, she'll understand it when she's older. So when I tell her something when she is older, she'll understand that he tells me things that I may not want to do or may not want to listen to because it's for my good. That's exactly what it is. So it's like, and I want her, and there may be some things in life where I just tell her, no, you can't do that because I said so. Because I'm your father, and I'm telling you it's for your own good, and I may not be able to explain it to you right now in the moment, but I will later on. You know what I'm saying? And she will receive that and understand that. So it is what it is. But I definitely am trying to break that part of me of just saying that because I said so, because I got that. And it wasn't a bad thing, but it wasn't the best thing. And I want to be better. I want to be a better parent. My wife, she wants to be a better parent. So it's like we always challenge each other to do things that are going to make our children better. Just like I tend to play rap music and stuff like that around. And when my daughter comes around, I tend to like not kind of like turn it off. I kind of like let it play. Not to say that, you know, one day she will be exposed to it, but I shouldn't just be readily exposing her to that. And my wife makes me conscious of that. She says, hey, you know, you need to turn that 444 album off. You know, the story of OJ ain't what she need to hear. Cause, you know, I don't want her going to school talking about, you know, light nigga, dark nigga, faux nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga, house nigga, field nigga, still nigga. I don't want her to do that at school because that's not the right thing to do. So it's like at the end of the day, I can appreciate it and I know when to turn it off and all that kind of stuff, but she don't. So at the end of the day, that's just what it is, man. So I think I've rambled on long enough and just went on, but I want us to be better, man. Where at the end of the day, I want us to be better parents, better friends, better homeboys, better homegirls, better mothers, better fathers, better sisters, better brothers. Yeah, Jason, I know that gun, man. I'm I'm locked and loaded, man. Yeah, we gonna have to rap one day, man. And talk about some arsenals or something. I don't know. Maybe we need to do a show where we do like a gun show and tell or something. Cause I don't know. We might have to figure something like that out, man, or plan a trip or something where we all go hunting or something. I don't know. We got to do something, man. But yes, indeed, sir. I definitely keep mine ready, locked and loaded. I stay ready. When you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Believe that. Yeah, gun and tail. I like that. But man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, my good people. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to everybody that showed up, that clicked on for 2 seconds or for the 2.5 plus hours that you guys have been on. I think I'm gonna try to go in and edit the part of the show where we were doing the technical difficulties just to make it a shorter watch, so everybody won't have to go through that whole period. Because that's like, yeah, they shouldn't have to do that. But at the end of the day, I love y'all. I appreciate it. And man, if you guys need to hit me up at therelationshiprehab@gmail. Shoot me an email. Let's do these sit downs now. Your boy is ready. I got the sound right, got the phone right. We can take the calls and all that good stuff. And I appreciate you as always, my good people. I love y'all. And I'm going to wrap this thing on up. We're going to end this Blog Talk Radio. We're going to put that down to end that episode. And then,
thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Oh, that was my first one. Ain't that something? That's special. Hey, man, but thank you guys. I love y'all. And peace. And as always, I'm out.